Hey, stop scrolling. If you're torn between the 2026 Honda NC750X and the Africa Twin because one packs 58 horsepower in a super practical package, while the other cranks out over 100 horses for serious off-road thrills. And getting this wrong could mean regretting your next ride. So today we're diving deep into comparing these two awesome adventure bikes from Honda for the 2026 model year. Both are built to handle everything from daily commutes to weekend trails, but they target different riders. The NC750X is like your everyday reliable buddy that's easy on the wallet and super versatile for city streets and light adventures. The Africa Twin, on the other hand, is the big brother designed for those who want more power and capability when things get rough, like cackling dirt paths or long highway hauls with extra gear. We'll break it down category by category to help you see which one fits your style, based on US specs straight from Honda's lineup. Let's get into it. First up, engine and performance. The 2026 Honda NC750X comes with a 745cc liquid-cooled parallel twin engine. This setup uses two cylinders side by side, cooled by liquid to keep things running smooth without overheating, even on hot summer days. It puts out 58.6 horsepower at 6,750 RPM, which means it revs up to that speed to hit peak power and delivers 50.9 pound-feet of torque at 4,750 RPM. Torque is basically the twisting force that gets you moving from a stop, so with this you get a nice punch right from low speeds, like when you're pulling away from a traffic light or climbing a hill with some luggage. The engine has a bore and stroke of 77mm by 80mm, which is the size of the cylinder holes and how far the pistons travel, giving it a long stroke design that favors low-end grunt over high-speed screaming. Compression ratio is 10.7:1, meaning the air-fuel mix gets squeezed that much before igniting, helping with efficiency. Now for transmission, the US version focuses on the automatic dual-clutch transmission, or DCT, which shifts gears for you without a clutch lever. You just twist the throttle and go, like a scooter, but with bike handling. It has modes like Drive for chill riding and Sport for quicker shifts, plus manual paddle shifters if you want control. Top speed is around 110 miles per hour, but it's more about steady cruising at 70-80 miles per hour without straining. Acceleration from 0 to 60 miles per hour takes about 4.5 seconds, solid for its class, and it's tuned for smooth power delivery without any jerky vibes. Switching to the 2026 Honda Africa Twin, which is the CRF 1100L in US specs, it steps up with the bigger 1083cc liquid-cooled Unicam parallel twin engine. Unicam means it uses a single overhead camshaft for lighter weight and better efficiency. This beast cranks out 100.5 horsepower at 7,500 RPM and 82.6 pound-feet of torque at 5,500 RPM, so you feel that extra shove in the mid-range, perfect for overtaking on highways or powering through loose gravel. Bore and stroke are 92mm by 81.5mm, a bit squarer design that balances low-end torque with higher revs. Compression is 10.5:1, similar but optimized for more output. You can get it with a 6-speed manual transmission for that traditional shifting feel, or the DCT version for automatic ease. The DCT here has extra modes like off-road, where it adjusts shift points for traction on dirt. Top speed pushes past 120 miles per hour, and 0 to 60 miles per hour is quicker at around 3.8 seconds, giving it that edge when you need to blast forward. Both bikes use electronic fuel injection for precise fueling, but the Africa Twin's throttle-by-wire system lets you tweak power delivery through ride modes: Tour for highways, Urban for city, Gravel for trails, and 2 user customizable ones. Overall, the NC feels peppy and efficient for everyday use, while the Africa Twin delivers raw power that makes long trips or tough terrain feel effortless. If you're mostly on pavement with occasional dirt roads, the NC's engine is plenty, but if you crave that extra kick for steep climbs or loaded touring, the Africa Twin's got you covered. Next, design and build. The NC750X has a steel truss frame, which is like a lattice of tubes for strength without extra weight, keeping the curb weight at 497 pounds fully fueled. Wheelbase is 60.3 inches, giving it stability on straight lines, but still nimble for turns. Rake is 27 degrees and trail 4.3 inches, which means the front wheel angles back for easy steering without wobbling its speed. It rolls on 17-inch wheels front and rear, with a 120 by 70 front tire and 160 by 60 rear tire, street-oriented rubber that grips asphalt well but can handle light gravel. The bodywork got refreshed for recent years with sharper lines, a new LED headlight that's brighter and more focused, using less power for longer battery life. Fairings are made from Durabio, a bio-based material that's tough and eco-friendly, reducing plastic waste. Ground clearance is about 5.6 inches, enough for urban potholes or mild trails, but not extreme off-road. Colors for 2026 include matte pearl white as the main option, with accents that give it a clean, modern look. The fuel tank is actually a storage compartment, a 23-liter frunk where the tank would be, holding a full-face helmet, gloves, or groceries. And the real tank is under the seat at 3.7 gallons. This lowers the center of gravity for better balance, especially when loaded. The Africa Twin, in contrast, uses a semi-double cradle steel frame with an aluminum subframe for lighter weight, tipping the scales at 510 pounds curb for the standard model, only a bit heavier despite the bigger engine thanks to smart materials. Wheelbase is longer at 62 inches for more stability on rough stuff, with 27-degree rake and 4.5-inch trail for confident handling. It has spoked wheels with a 21-inch front and 18-inch rear, fitted with 90/90 front and 150/70 rear tubeless tires that are adventure-ready, gripping dirt better and absorbing bumps. Design is more aggressive with a rally-style windscreen, handguard standard on some trims, and a taller stance. Ground clearance is higher at 9.8 inches, letting you clear rocks or logs without scraping. The fuel tank is 5 gallons on the base model, up to 6.6 on the Adventure Sports for 300-mile range. Positioned low for balance, LED lights all around, with an adjustable windscreen on higher trims that you can raise or lower while riding to block wind or improve visibility. Colors like matte black metallic or pearl white give it that rugged explorer vibe. The NC looks sleeker and more commuter-friendly, like a bike you'd park in the garage for daily use, while the Africa Twin screams adventure with its taller profile and beefier guards. Think of it like ready for a cross-country trip right out of the box. Moving to interior and comfort. On the NC750X, the seat height is 31.6 inches, which is accessible for shorter riders, and you can get an optional lower seat if needed. The seat itself is wide and padded with a slight scoop to keep you in place during stops. Handlebars are upright for a natural riding position, reducing strain on your back and wrists during long rides. Foot pegs are positioned neutrally, not too forward or back, so your knees aren't cramped. The instrument panel is a new 5-inch color TFT screen, bright and easy to read, showing speed, RPM, fuel, and gear position, plus it connects to your phone via road sync for navigation directions right there. Wind protection is decent from the small screen, but you can add a taller one as an accessory. Vibration is minimal thanks to the balanced engine, so your hands don't go numb after an hour. Storage is huge win. That 23-liter compartment locks securely and waterproof, perfect for a laptop, lunch, or tools. Passenger accommodations include grab rails and foot pegs, but it's more for short trips since the seat tapers off. For the Africa Twin, seat height is higher at 34.3 inches standard or 33.5 low position, better for taller riders or those wanting more legroom over bumps. The seat is adjustable and more contoured for off-road standing, with good foam density to avoid soreness on multi-hour rides. Handlebars are wider for leverage on trails, and foot pegs have rubber inserts that pop off for dirt grip. The dash is a larger 6.5-inch TFT screen, customizable with layouts for speed, navigation, or even wheelie control settings. It integrates Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you can mirror your phone for maps, calls, or music without pulling over. Windshield adjusts on the fly in Adventure Sports models, blocking highway blasts or lowering for airflow. Vibration is low, but the bigger engine has a bit more pulse at high revs. Storage is limited to optional panniers or top box, no built-in front like the NC, but it has tie-down points for gear. Passenger setup is similar with better support for longer trips. The NC feels cozier for city hopping, like sitting on a comfy couch, while the Africa Twin prioritizes adventure ergonomics, letting you stand up easily for rough sections or stretch out on pavement. Now, features and technology. The NC750X packs Honda selectable torque control with 2 levels to prevent wheel spin on slippery roads, and ABS brakes that combine front and rear for balanced stopping, dual 320mm front discs, and a 240mm rear. Ride modes include Standard, Sport, Rain, and User, adjusting throttle response and traction. The DCT transmission is a standout, with seamless shifts and a parking brake for hills. Connectivity via road sync lets you pair your phone for voice-guided turns, weather updates, or playlist control. LED lighting saves battery, and the keyless ignition uses a wave key with security to prevent theft. Accessories like heated grips, center stand, or fog lights are available to customize. The Africa Twin ups the ante with more advanced tech. It has 6 ride modes, including off-road and gravel, plus cornering ABS that adjusts based on lean angle for safer turns. Brakes are beefier with 310mm dual front discs and 256mm rear, plus the ability to turn off rear ABS for dirt slides. Cruise control is standard for highways, and the DCT version adds auto blip downshifts for smooth deceleration. The touchscreen dash supports wireless connectivity, and there's wheelie control to keep the front down during hard acceleration. Showa electronically adjustable suspension on ES models tweaks damping on the fly for road conditions. Other bits include a USB port, 12-volt socket, and optional radar for adaptive cruise control. The NC is loaded for its price, focusing on practicality, while the Africa Twin feels premium with off-road focused electronics that make it safer and more fun in varied terrain. Fuel efficiency and range. The NC750X shines here with up to 60 mpgs in mixed riding thanks to its efficient engine and low-friction internals. With a 3.7-gallon tank, that gives you over 220 miles per fill-up, ideal for commuting without constant stops. It sips regular unleaded, and the low rev torque means you don't rev high often, saving gas. The Africa Twin gets about 45 mpgs, solid for its power, yielding around 225 miles from the 5-gallon tank, or more on the Adventure Sport's 6.6 gallons for 300-mile range. It also uses regular gas, but the bigger engine drinks more under hard throttle. If gas stops annoy you, the NC wins for efficiency, the Africa Twin for longer hauls without refueling. Off-road versus on-road capabilities. The NC750X is capable on light trails with its 5.7-inch clearance and traction control, but the 17-inch wheels and street tires limit it to gravel roads or fire trails, not deep sand or rocks. On-road, it's agile in traffic, stable at speed, and absorbs bumps well with 5.9-inch front travel and 5.9-inch rear. The Africa Twin excels off-road with 9.8-inch clearance, long 10.0-inch front, and 9.4-inch rear suspension travel.
Price and value. The 2026 NC750X DCT starts at $9,499, plus $600 destination, making it affordable with great features like storage and DCT included. It's a bang-for-buck champ for beginners or commuters. The Africa Twin base is $14,799 manual, $15,599 DCT, up to $18,399 for Adventure Sports DCT plus destination. You pay more for power and tech, ideal if you value performance over savings. In summary, the 2026 NC750X is your go-to for practical, efficient riding on a budget, perfect for daily use with some adventure. The Africa Twin dominates with power and off-road prowess for serious explorers. Pick based on your rides. City and light trails for NC, epic journeys for Africa Twin. Subscribe for more comparisons.